Hi, I'm Randy Barfield with Barfield Home Inspection, and today we're here to look at foundations, and in particular on this house it would be a pier and beam foundation. So what we're going to do is we're going to check the levelness of this house, and we're going to go through kind of the process that foundation guys use or engineers use or home inspector use to check the level. So this house in particular is already known to have some foundation issues, so we're going to check it. The equation for foundation levelness is L over 360, or 1% of 360. So if you take that into equation, it's like 2 inches over 20 feet, or 3 inches over 30 feet, or 4 inches over 40 feet. So that's your kind of your deflection or level of tolerance. And that equation is kind of also applied in a diagonal way, or straight, or then you look for low spots or high spots or crowns or down warping or upheaval. All of that goes into checking the foundation. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to use the zip level, which is the best well-known way of checking the foundation for levelness, and it's the most accurate way of checking it. And we also have the old way of checking it, which was the steel ball or marble. So I've got my zip level zeroed from right here, and I'm just going to start taking this around and measuring from 0 out. This is still within range. This corner says 0. So I'm 0, so I'm level, perfectly level from that hallway over to that corner. So after doing the measurements, we found that the house, this corner over here on the front is 1¼ inch high from 0 for the middle of the house. But if I measure it from front to back, I have a 1 3/4 inch drop where the house drops, or tilts, what they call it, 1 3/4 inches down. 1 3/4 is close to where you may or may not need foundation repair. Like I said before, anything over 2 inches. As a home inspector, if I were coming in the house and I inspected 1 3/4, to me that would be close enough to where I would consult with a foundation company and possibly a structural engineer. But the good thing about pier and beam homes is that they're real easy, or fairly easy, to bring back to level, where there's already piers underneath the house. So all they would need to do in most cases would be to just shim or add additional shims or take out shims to bring it back to level. I also am going to crawl underneath this house and see if I can determine if there is something wrong. So here we are at the crawl space area for this pier and beam house. It's not bad under here. There is a little bit of moisture, not too bad. So overall condition under here looks good. The plumbing looks good. There's no electrical lines hanging down into the ground. So it's a pretty decent crawl space as compared to most houses that I've crawled under. On a pier and beam house, you don't want any moisture underneath the crawl space. Whereas a slab foundation, or a monolithic slab foundation, concrete foundation, you want to keep water moist, or a moisture level around the perimeter of the foundation. But on a pier and beam, you really don't want any moisture underneath. Now on the outside of you can water the grass. I'm not saying kill the grass or anything, but you want to try to keep it on a crawl space as dry as possible, so that keeps your house or your piers that are under there as dry as possible. So my recommendation on this house would be maybe consult with a foundation expert, and I would also open up these vents a little more so that air flows through there and dries it out. But otherwise, this house looks in pretty good shape. Okay guys, thank you again for joining me on this episode of Foundations. Don't forget to look for our next episode, and you can also find us at barfieldhomeinspection.com. Telling it like it is since 2003.